After last week's terrifying trip to Mbele, the energy reader's Elephant Café from Hell, Sunday's episode of RHOA was a much calmer affair. That's exactly what I had written down in my notes, not 2 seconds before Kenya came on the screen and ruined everything. Well, I guess I shouldn't say she ruined the episode, as she was the only one doing anything particularly interesting in it, and by interesting, I of course mean having an absolute breakdown for mysterious reasons that I will get to the bottom of. I'm not here to see my housewives be kind, generous actual humans, but perhaps broadcasting their philanthropic work isn't the worst thing. This hour was almost entirely about Portia, Cynthia, and Kenya's efforts to help with the devastation left behind in Houston by Hurricane Harvey. Some of them went about helping by hosting events to raise money. Some of them went about helping by providing food and supplies to families in need. Some of them worked with Habitat for Humanity. All of them went about it by throwing just a little bit of shade at the ways of helping that were not their own. And, for some reason, Kenya thought the best way to inspire others was to be, like, a really mean foreman. All in all, there was a lot of black lycra, a lot of money raised, and a lot help given, with just a little bit of drama in a barbecue joint's bathroom added to keep it truly Texan. Back in Atlanta, we get quick check-ins with the women unable to make it to Houston, one kind of sad, and one mighty shady. We hear the now signature tone of Sherry getting a call from a federal prison, and on the other line is her jailbird boyfriend Tyrone, sitting on a mighty high horse about Nene and calling Sherry's butt chunky, which I don't want to talk about. After asking him what he's doing, which always seems rude, Sherry tells Tyrone about the disastrous elephant party Nene threw. Well, let me ask you this, how long has Nene been married? Tyrone asks, weirdly. He goes on to insinuate that should Nene continue to speak negatively about him, he has some negative things he could offer back about her. Sherry says that she doesn't know if Nene and Greg were separated at the time or not, but apparently when Nene first met Tyrone, she was trying to holler in a big way, but Tyrone wasn't interested. As for Candy, she takes Riley for a spin around the block in her $100,000 car. It's easy to forget that Riley is just a kid, and a teen, at that, because she had the demure demeanor of a grandma asking you to hold her pocketbook before she even knew her multiplication tables. So it was heartbreaking to hear her break down in sobs the moment she was able to get away from the cameras after her father Block surprised her with a phone call. And then to hear little Ace call out, "Riley, I tell you, I was undone." Candy very maturely goes to meet with Block to tell him that Riley needs to be prepared for his contact with her and that she thinks they should all go to counseling. Block looks and sounds exactly like his daughter, so it's very heartening to hear him say he's willing to put in the work with both Riley and her mom. And if you thought the heartwarming moments were over, you would be wrong. This is a very special episode of RHOA. It's good to see Portia be so passionate about something that does not directly benefit her or her mothers, and in fact does the opposite. Hopefully her grandfather, civil rights activist Hosea Williams, can turn ever so slightly back over his grave after Shirley doing a full rotation when Portia asked who drove the Underground Railroad trains a few years ago. Portia and her sister Lauren have helped organize their family's charity, Hosea Feed the Hungry and Homeless, to send tons of supplies to Houston in the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey, as well as made plans to go to Houston themselves to hand out supplies and donations. Recap continues on page 2.